Hello and welcome everyone to Airlock Academy. In this video we are going to show you the log analyzing tool used in our airlock systems named Kibana. With Kibana you can set and apply different filters that change the existing view of your log files. In the following screencast we are going to show you how to use those filters and also how to use the predefined filters and dashboards to help you analyze your logs fast and efficient. This is the configuration center of Airlock Gateway. On the left side, on the Log and Report, we'll have two sections we'll take a look at in this video: Log Viewer and Reporting. We'll first click on the Reporting button to open up the default dashboard. Please note that depending on the amount of data available, the graphics can take a couple of seconds to load in. Once the data has been loaded, we can adjust the time period we want to look at by selecting the calendar icon in the top right corner in Kibana. When clicking the icon, a pop-up appears that allows us to define the time range of logs we want to show. We can either use the Quick Select feature or pick from either commonly or recently used time ranges. For this example, we'll use a recently used time range of the last 3 days. Please wait again for a couple of seconds for all the graphics to reload using the data of the newly defined time range. In this dashboard, you can see a graphical breakdown of requests by protocol, active sessions and their used bandwidth, and more importantly, a quick overview of detected attack types and the origins of those attacks. We can view and select different predefined dashboards by clicking on the dashboard text in the upper left corner in Kibana. These predefined dashboards can help you gain an overview of the information that might be relevant for your use case, such as the performance and troubleshooting dashboard. This dashboard can help you identify possible bottlenecks in the processing times of your requests. All the graphical charts used in Kibana are interactive and can be further filtered by clicking on the individual elements. Next, we'll take a look at the Log Viewer itself by closing the current tab and then pressing the Log Viewer button in the configuration center of Airlock Gateway. It will take a couple of seconds again to load in the data, after which we'll first make sure to specify the correct time range for the logs we want to look at. Please be reminded that all the data you see here has been produced in a testing environment and does not include any live production data. However, the handling of the logs will stay the same. Kibana is a very powerful tool in that it allows you to set different filters that change the amount of data you view and work with. All the individual log files that were created are presented in the main portion of the screen. By default, only a handful of fields are shown for each log message, such as the timestamp, the program, the priority, the log ID, and finally, the message itself. We can exclude any results that don't interest us by using the buttons provided next to the fields in the main view. Once we click on one of these buttons, a filter gets created at the top, which in this example excludes all log files with the log ID of WR-SG-time-200. On the left side, we can see two sections that allow us to dynamically change the view of the current logs presented. The selected fields define which fields of a log message are currently shown. We can remove these by simply clicking the X button next to it. Underneath, we can see a list of all the available fields that can be added to the main table. By clicking on the field itself, we get a list of the top 5 values of that specific field, and for each of those values an option to filter it individually. By clicking the plus button next to the field, we can add the field to the main view of our logs. This can help us visually identify and discern different log messages. In this example, we'll add the entry path and session ID to the main view. You can now see that 2 new columns have been added to the right side of the table. We can again use those fields to create new filters that further limit the amount of logs that are loaded. You can see the amount of currently loaded logs just underneath the filter bar. By filtering the logs to this session ID, the amount of logs loaded has decreased to only 17. By using the additional buttons in the filter, we can adjust the behavior of it, such as excluding the results or temporarily disabling the filter altogether. By using the filter actions, we can also pin a filter, which allows us to apply this filter on all different views inside Kibana. Pinned filters will be grouped on the left side of the filter bar. When switching to a different view, such as a predefined dashboard, the filter will remain pinned on the left side, and graphics will only be loaded for all logs matching this filter. When we temporarily disable the filter, Kibana will load all the logs again that are within the specified time range. This should give you a good overview of the basics of Kibana and how it can be used in our airlock systems. If you're interested in more information, please check out our other videos.